Hey guys, so I was just sent Lasfit's new rock lights that they just released. I'm super excited about these. I've been looking to add lights to my roof rack as camp lights. And so when Lasfit reached out to me about these rock lights, I knew exactly where I wanted to put them. Alright guys, so this is the new Lasfit rock light. Let's go ahead and unbox it and see what comes inside. So inside you'll see it comes with an instruction manual, some sort of parchment paper looks like, and then we have 4 boxes for the individual rock lights and then a box for the accessories. Let's go ahead and unbox this first and see what comes inside. Move this to the side over here. So inside we get some screws. What else do we get? We get some wires. Zip ties. I love it when companies provide zip ties, and they provided a lot of them. These are the good size one too, not those mini ones or those super big ones. Alright, so within the cable, let's see. These are going to be the terminals that connect into the individual rock light. I believe there are 8 of them, so you can potentially install up to 8 rock lights. However, this set only comes with 4 lights, but they do terminate out into 8 different connections. It all comes into this harness here, which comes with a switch, and then it terminates out to a fuse, and then your positive and negative. So I'm really impressed with this wiring harness so far. Everything is really nice quality, and guys, this is braided. So not a lot of times when you purchase these wiring harness will they give you braided cables. So this is braided, and I also believe it's waxed too. So pretty impressive. So I'll set this aside. And we'll look at the rock lights themselves. So for the rock lights themselves, it comes with this little rubber, I don't know what you want to call it, a rubber placement mat, I don't know, spacer, what you could call it that. But the rock lights themselves are encased in aluminum. So I'm really impressed with the build quality. So these do offer a switchback white light as well as an amber light in here. So it allows you to choose either or, which is a really cool function. I'm not really into those RGB lights. I'd rather just prefer a white light or amber. In this case, you get to do both. So all you need to do is just switch it on and off, and then it'll change by itself. So I'm really impressed with the build quality, all aluminum. So they do note in the instruction manual that 2 of these lights are specifically meant for the rear of your vehicle, and then 2 are meant for the front. You can tell by the wiring harness, you'll have 2 that has a little bit longer wiring, and then 2 that has a little bit shorter wiring. So the 2 with the longer wiring harness is going to be for the 2 in the rear, and the 2 with the shorter wires are going to be for the 2 in the front. So like I said, I'm going to install these on my roof. I don't really have a particular need for underbody rock lights. I would rather use these on my roof rack and use them as like a camp light. So I'm really excited for that. Let's go ahead and go into the install process. So guys, that was the unboxing. I've kind of mapped out where I wanted to install the rock lights. I'm thinking about one right here, right in between the 2 doors, and then one further towards the rear of the vehicle. So I'm going to go ahead and drill 3 holes. This actually is kind of like a rubber mount. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. You could mount it directly to the rack or under your vehicle if you wanted to. I'm going to go ahead and use this rubber mount just so that the light sticks out just a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and just mark where I'm going to drill the holes, and then that should do it. So guys, I'm going to use a step bit to drill the first hole for where the cable is gonna go through. And that is measured at 1.5, all right? So let's go ahead and drill our first hole. As I mentioned, this kit can support up to 8 lights. However, you'll see that there's 4 that are capped off. These ones, if you wanted to add any additional ones, and then you'll see that there are 4 of these that are not capped. These are the ones we're gonna connect into. I didn't show you guys on camera, but make sure if you are drilling holes to use touch-up paint just to seal the hole so that you don't prevent any corrosion or rust. So I went ahead and routed the wire, fixed up the wiring on the roof, ran it down the windshield and into my engine bay. So this is gonna be where our installation is gonna differ a little bit. So for me, because I installed the Nylite switch panel, I'm gonna go ahead and just chop this up and wire the positive and negative into my switch panel. However, for those of you at home who don't have a switch panel and you're doing this, connecting it to your battery, it's super easy. There's a positive and a negative, as I've shown you guys before, and then there's a switch that's already wired for you. So this is a rocker switch that's already wired for you. You're gonna have to snake this into your cabin, which might be a little bit difficult, but they already wired it for you, so you can unplug it, wire it in, and then mount it in there. So, like I said, for me, I'm not gonna use any of this. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this up and then just wire the positive and negative right to my switch panels. Okay guys, well that wraps up the install of the Lasfit rock lights. Like I said, they just released from Lasfit. The build quality and ease of install is really, really good, guys. And also for the price, they just can't be beat. Not to mention, they also have the switchback feature for the white and amber lights. I'm using them as camp lights. Guys, you can use them as rock lights. You can use them for literally anything. They're super, super versatile. They come with really good mounting hardware as well as a really good wiring harness. So don't be afraid, give them a go. I also have a coupon code in the description below. Make sure to check them out. And thank you guys once again. I'll see you in the next video.